Shrinks in the house again here, guys. Beautiful day in Vancouver. Put in my hours. Feel great. Got home. Thought, why not get back into the streamer segments? So, it's an important topic. It's a very, very difficult market for a new company to break into and deliver a product that works. And when I say that word works, it covers a lot of area, guys. It just needs to work in so many ways. Like there can't be pops in between the tracks changing and things like that. If there's a DAC built in, it's gotta be able to do all that stuff. And I hate pops in between tracks. I don't know if you all know what I'm talking about, but these kind of little glitches, and that's just the audible glitches, but then there's the digital glitches, right, with the software. I've seen enough of them over 20 years to be able to report about it, okay, and just to see how some of the companies have evolved and iron those bugs out, and some haven't, so being such a fan of the Bel Canto, thinking, okay, how's that going to be able to compete with these big hitters, especially software-wise, and to see just how stable it has been. Like, guys, I'm not lying. There has not been one hiccup. A track has never stopped playing. There's never been any funny things on the app itself. It's just very simple. It's not all glitzy and glamoury, though. It's very simple, which I like. I don't like Volumio. I disliked. There was too many steps just to get to a simple track playback. So I just thought, oh hell, the other one didn't work out due to the Volumio, so let's bring in the latest Bel Canto streamer called the Stream 2. And again, I already had an idea of what it would be like to navigate because it's the same software system as the E1X integrated. So I just thought this will be cool. I'll just open the app and it'll find both devices. Well, unfortunately, I got ya. That's exactly what it does. You just go on there, play to. It's got a list. You choose that device, bang, you're up and running. Like that easy. This is what you want. You just want a digital device that works. And I mean that in such a vast way. It works. So, it is such a difficult market to break into. Like I say, there's all these companies doing it, but I've already heard the horror stories of the softwares. So this one, guys, does have a built-in DAC, just like the Pulse Mini does. So it's more expensive than the Pulse Mini. Sounds a little bit better at DAC end. Streaming device, equally just as good. But the DACs they're not going to satisfy the true digital aficionados that got money. They're going to need to go up. They're a little bit of an afterthought. I'm talking for people that have a certain amount of income that are able to play at a certain depth of the pool like me. This DAC won't suffice. But I tell you, as a streamer, it's just it's perfect. It is. I know it's hard to use that word, but it just works in every way. The DAC decodes all the sample rates, the MQA shows it on the display, then it joyfully turns off. I don't want to see anything on a screen. I don't need a display on a streamer. It's all on the phone for me to see. I want it dark. Anyway, it's a beautiful shoebox size piece, and it works. So it is one of the streamers I'm going to recommend out there for you if you have the money. $1,900 US to get a rock solid streamer that sounds great. This is one of them. So I'm glad I can sit here and say that today. If you played at a certain depth of the pool and play around with more expensive DACs, surely you can add an external to this, which is what I'll be doing. But it's not bad. It's just not, it's a little bit smeared at times. It's not getting that detail. The DAC in the Orchard was superior to me. But you know, it's just such a complex segment of hi-fi to just enter into and start saying, oh, we're the best on the block and all that other stuff. It's not going to happen, man. It requires too much money and too many employees on a software team and all that stuff to just get it right off the get-go. You know, and you can prove me wrong with that, but even the big hitters had bugs as they refined their apps up to stability. And that's what Bel Canto is. Beautiful sound, rock solid stability. You can't beat that. It's priceless to have it in the digital domain. No glitches, no nothing. That's why these Black Series components that, you know, starting with the E1X are just so phenomenal. To be able to do what they do and just work, you know? So yeah, like I say, it's a really good streamer, $19.99 US, around 2,600 Canadian. It's going to compete with the Pulse Mini and other devices like that. Even the entry of render is going to be more than that. But I still think it's a smooth sounding DAC, but it's just a little bit too smooth for my liking. I like a little bit more on the top, a little bit more insight into the music. But yeah, what a segment! Like what a space as a hi-fi company to break into. It's got to be the most difficult. Second, I'd say speakers. I mean, there's just a lot going on there, guys. You know. So this is one I can highly recommend. It's a beautiful aesthetic piece. Sounds great. The stability is just rock solid. You'll have no issues with it at all. Coming from a brilliant mind, John Stronzer. So, you know, when you get a Bel Canto product, you're going to get a reliable piece that just works. And that's what has proven to me thus far, the E1X. And now this is in the stable. The only the Orchard was a superb piece, a better sounding DAC, but the software is just not ironed out quite yet, guys. But it's gonna be. I'm just not a patient individual. I've been down the road, right? My patience has gotten thinner and thinner as we moved along through the years with the digital devices. In my opinion, it's really not acceptable in 2024 to bring a product to market that's run by a software and not have it right, because there's too many out there that do work, right? It's just not, I don't get it, but you know, people will be people, and you got to watch out for that stuff. So anyway, like and subscribe. You got a super thanks down there if you feel so generous to support the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.